Good morning. Well, spring has sprung, that's for sure. All those wildflowers where I pulled up for a camp last night. All the birds are nesting. It is definitely spring. And it's so warm. It only got down to 10 degrees last night. 10 degrees Celsius, so quite nice. So that camp last night was excellent. It was one of the best camps I've had in a long time. It was lovely and secluded, quiet. I couldn't hear a thing other than nature. And I think that might be one to go back to. Well, it's been a very peaceful paddle today. Not much river traffic, plenty of people out camping though on the banks. And I didn't realise yesterday, but I passed the 400 kilometre mark at Big Bend. So, hooray! 400 k's down. So, I just had lunch. I just had my peanut butter sandwich for lunch. I passed Nildotty a little bit further back. Really all it is a boat ramp, a general store and a few houses. Hugging the very steep hill that leads down to the water. So I pulled up at this lovely beach. It's only 3:30, so I thought maybe I'll have an early night, an early finish today. So there's a nice beach, flat ground up there. Turns out it's a little bit exposed. There's some houses in the background. So come back down to my canoe and I can hear a boat coming. I thought, oh well, I'll just wait until they've gone past before I take off, and that way, you know, don't have to ride the wake because I'm pulling out. Yeah, ride the wake. So my canoe that was tied up has just been swamped. I've just taken out 2 of these and it's still got heaps of water in it. All my gear has just got swamped. Thankfully it's in dry bags, but that's far out. Love wake boats. Okay. The canoe is now empty again. Do you know the worst thing about that? They didn't even wave as they went past. Just rude, isn't it? Oh, okay, never mind. Reset. I've got about, well, I've got 6 kilometres until, no, not 6. I've got 3 kilometres to get to the point that I was planning to stop. So I'm going to aim for somewhere near there. Yeah, it'll be about 5 o'clock when I pull up. That's alright, it'll give me about an hour of daylight. And I can make the most of paddling out in this sun for a little bit longer. Get a little bit dry again. Alright. Let's keep going. Joy of joys, I now have a wet seat. Oh, this is awesome. Alright. Note to self, quickly jump back in the boat if a big wake boat is coming. Don't wait politely on the shore. Okay. Meh, it is what it is. Let's keep going.
Alright, now we're going to switch it up and go delayed feathering. Delayed feathering now.
Okay, well today didn't go to plan. I should have stopped at that campsite that I found at 3:30. That's the short story. The long story is that I kept going. Ignored the next couple of campsites because they would have been just as open and exposed as the other one that I left. Then didn't come across any for about a kilometre. And although I knew there was some good crowned land coming up, so which looked like it had quite a few open spots on it, which would have been good for camping. However, the landowner who owns the land behind the crown land has clearly claimed it for himself and has signs all over the place. And the one place that didn't have a sign, that I pulled up in just to pop my head up and see what the land looked like, came racing over in his four-wheel drive, because I was just getting back in my canoe, clearly was letting me know that I was not welcome there, and then proceeded to follow me around to the next few campsites just to make sure I didn't stop. That worried me a bit, so I kept going past what I thought was probably his property, at which stage it was about 5:30 and I made it to Walker Flat. Problem with Walker Flat is that there are shacks on one side and cliffs on the other. So it was sunset, it was dark, and at 6:30, when I lost all light, as you can see, it's a very dark night. We are in the dark sky reserve after all. Yeah, at 6:30 I pulled the pin, Well, I tried to pull the pin and found out that my phone had run out of batteries and wasn't taking a charge because it was damp. Stuff just didn't go right today. So I eventually got my phone dry enough by blowing in it and putting it in my top so that I warmed it up, and eventually it took a charge. Then I rang my knight in shining armour to come and pick me up back at Walker Flat. So I then had just under an hour paddle back to Walker Flat, and I've been waiting here for him for the last little bit. He should be here quite soon. Oh goodness, what a weekend. I think for the next few, well, for the rest of the river, actually, I'm going to have to properly plan out my camps. I can't just wing it from now on, I think. Never mind. I'll be back at some stage.